Okay, everyone, this is part 4 and the final one of the trial of Build Your Own Alien. Okay, part 4 and the last one. We did get a letter. Thank you for purchasing Alien, limited run, send off for your free gift, basically. So I shall be sending that off. Probably a little statue or statuette. Anyway, the magazine, part 4. So if it was going to continue, that's what we would go on to in part 5, which is extending the skull. We have these parts, the tibia and retractable jaw. Okay. So a little assembly guide, a little bit about the circuit board. Then we bring this part in, test out the jaw, and then we have the final parts. Then an article, Space Jockey, Face Hugger, Planet LV426. What is an exoplanet? Little painting there. And the back cover. So let's have a look at the parts we get with this magazine. Okay, so the parts we get are this piece, this insert, which is metal. These two plastic parts, a connector. This rubberized, it's almost like latex. Piece, another sort of flexible part that's a bit stiffer than this material. Some magnets, some screws. So let's crack on with the build. Okay, the first part we need to do is just orientate these parts and then connect them with this connector. Okay, so once completed, that part will look like that. Now this is support for these parts here. So we need to bring this part in and the magnets. And it says to glue them in with their poles pointing up, which I'm assuming is going to relate to that. So you have to glue them in all the way in the correct orientation. So we'll put some super glue in there first. So it's these parts here. I have been watching some of the French builds and it's all very interesting. That's those 4 in there, and then you just place this over the top and they should correspond. So I'll just let those cure for 1 second. Make sure they're properly put in. You don't need much glue in there. And then it's a case of putting the other set on top. They should snap into place. Of course, the other ones have jumped onto my mic stand. And this is the way of finding out the correct orientation for these magnets. So once completed, that looks like that. And we won't move that because it might pull the magnets off. And then we need to pull this part in, this metal part in. We'll let that cure over there. And this can only go in one way, I believe. So it looks like that you've got these ridges. You've got a short, a medium and a long, and they correspond with those 3 holes there, and that will glue into there. So we'll just pop some glue into that. A little bit too much super glue there. And once completed, that looks like that. Quite like the look of that. Then it talks about the old circuit board. So we'll bring in this part here. And it tells you where to plug things in, which I have already done. So we'll test it up with a battery. Obviously make sure you've got a fairly new battery, otherwise this might not work so well. And then you can move the jaw inside out. And that's that. That plus these parts which I've modified. I'll do that in another video, what I've done. So that will rest over there like that. That's that part, those parts, and that part. And that concludes the trial of Build Your Own Alien from Hachette Partworks. I enjoyed this one, it was good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one.